Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody's still good. I'm doing wonderful. And we're continuing down the path of rookie rankings, talking tight ends and quarterbacks today because, again, rookie drafts and Dynasty are going to be vastly approaching. You got to know where these guys sit today, and especially where I got them ranked. It's not necessarily based on the fact of where these quarterbacks, I believe, will eventually be. It's what the situation definitely dictates at this point for fantasy football. Let's talk top 10 quarterbacks first on the board. Caleb Williams, obviously with the Chicago Bears, number one on my board when it comes to Dynasty fantasy football at this point, simply because you can't get a better situation than what they built in Chicago. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, Rome Odunze, and they're building out the offensive line, assisting in the defense as well. They did draft exceptionally well, and they did add. Ryan Poles is doing a wonderful job for these Bears, especially in this division where they're going to have to compete a lot. The issue I got with rookie passers, it was no different than what I said about C.J. Stroud last year, okay? I said actually better yet, I said C.J. Stroud was going to be the guy. Better yet, the evaluation of Jordan Love. I said it's going to be, out the gates extremely fast first 4 games. The tape is going to be out. Defenses will scheme up, and then they're going to struggle. And then by the end of the season, Jordan Love would absolutely find his groove once again. I think that's going to be the MO for a Caleb Williams this year. Do I believe that he's going to set the league ablaze of 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns? No, I do not. I could easily see 3,500 yards, maybe 22, 23 TDs to this great wide receiver core that they do possess right now. But Caleb Williams' future is definitely very high here in Chicago, so we shall see how it does go. Number one off the board for me. Number 2, Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders, the new commies. You got to like what the commies did as well, man. Still got Scary Terry. Jahan Dotson's going to see a, revelation coming back. I'm telling y'all it's coming. I got shows on Jahan later on, but I'm telling y'all this is very good. You got a lot of weapons in Washington that you can utilize. Austin Eckler's there. Still Brian Robinson. Jaden Daniels did find his game in this past season with LSU, so hopefully it will translate on the field. He's absolutely got huge rushing upside. However, he's got to learn to protect his body. That's the biggest fear I got, hence why I could easily have put a Drake May here at number 3. I just think that Jaden Daniels' career will start faster than what it is for a Drake May. But I still got Drake May. For me, it's a 2A situation with Jaden Daniels and Drake May. I am such a big fan of what Drake May pulls on the field, and I think that at number 2, it's a very difficult question mark on what you want to do in Dynasty. Number 2 right now, just because of playmaking talent on the field, I got Jaden Daniels just ahead of a Drake May at this point. Number 3, Drake May, like I'm talking about. This is my boy wonder, and I it's no different than what I was talking about C.J. Stroud last year. A lot of people were on the Bryce Young train. They were all excited. I said, you got to see what Houston is building. He is very talented, very good. Drake does not have the same, heaping of prospect talent or even veteran talent to help him at this point. We could legitimately see Drake sit for the first half of the season, and it would not be out of the question. Let Jacoby Brissett, do the business on a team that is rebuilding, restocking, reloading. Drake May eventually will be that guy. I'm telling y'all, he's far too talented to be on the bench for too long. Just got to keep add some more offensive line presence. They still got Ramondre Stevenson to help out in the play-action pass. Drake May is going to be a gem. You're just going to have to wait for it, hence why I got Jaden Daniels ahead of him at this point. Number 4, J.J. McCarthy. He's a young buck. He's a winner. What else can you say about a guy like J.J. who's going to be throwing to guys like J.J. and Addy? He's got all the tools that he requires. He's got the running back room with an Aaron Jones. I mean, this offense does look good, ready to go. All JJ's got to do is not turn the ball over and make the throws, extend the plays like we saw in college, and they could absolutely succeed in Minnesota. Growth and maturity will be the biggest issue early on. Even though he's mature at his age right now, it's the NFL maturity that I'm looking for. Can he beat out a Sam Darnold? That's going to be the biggest question mark. Do they want to go with the trusted veteran early on, or do they want to unleash JJ at this point? I do like the potential in this offense rather than his skill set alone. Offense potential with the playmakers they do have definitely puts JJ at number 4. Number 5, Michael Penix Jr. Okay, Atlanta shocked everybody by, signing a Kirk Cousins to over $100 million deal, then drafting a Michael Penix early on in this draft. This one's going to be the biggest one. How do you appropriately identify how they're going to utilize a Michael Penix. When it comes to the contract, there is outs for a Kirk Cousins in year 3. So is this a 2-year plan? Are you going to have to be patient and wait on a Michael Penix? Will Kirk Cousins, potentially get another injury where Penix is forced to play? Absolutely, all of this is on the table. Talent with this offense, with a Drake London, with a Kyle Pitts, with a Bijan. I mean, you got weapons for days in this offense now. Michael Penix could be absolutely super exciting. We know Atlanta loves themselves some left-handed quarterbacks, and they got themselves another good one with Michael Penix. So number 5 for me is the patient one, but it is going to be one of these situations when he does get on the field. I think he's going to be able to elevate this offense, even though Kirk Cousins is there and extremely reliable as a 4,000-plus yard passer. Michael Penix can learn easily the first year. Maybe in year 2 he does see some field, and in year 3 you got to believe he's going to take over the reins in this offense as Kirk does dwindle down his NFL career. Number 5, Bo Nix. Everyone's got Bo at number 5. I got number 6 for Bo Knows, and we'll see how much he knows in the NFL. Yes, Sean Payton, okay. He had Drew Brees, brought him over, and then he became the quarterback guru and won a Super Bowl. Can he redo this with a Bo Nix? We'll see. I don't dislike Bo Nix. He's very experienced, 61 games, played in college. Is it going to translate in the NFL? To me, Bo is an absolute system quarterback. Timing definitely needs to be there. He was one of the leaders with passes behind the line of scrimmage in FBS. So I'm telling y'all, you got to have the right system for a Bo for him to, move forward. Fully experienced should benefit him early on to understand the Sean Payton system and scheme, but we will see how it does go. He's battling guys like Zach Wilson, so if he loses out to Zach Wilson, that's a big no-no for Big Bo. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a problem. Number 7, Spencer Rattler, my guy. I'm still holding out a lot of hope for Spencer. Okay, and I understand. The Netflix series back in the day in high school showed his arrogance, showed his immaturity, went to OU. He was super cocky, not necessarily likable in the locker room, lost his job to Caleb Williams, and now he finds himself drafted in, the 5th, 6th round, going to the New Orleans Saints to back up a guy like Derek Carr. This is a great situation for Spencer Rattler. I'm still a fan. He went to South Carolina. He looked like he humbled himself quite a bit because of the situation that did go down. So maybe that was the best thing for this young man at that point, to lose his job in Oklahoma. And I mean, now we'll see. There's so much good potential. Yes, there's some errant throws. Yes, there's some, short arm throws. The full arm talent isn't necessarily like it used to be at OU. But I think, if he does learn, he does build, understands what Derek Carr does well, and then learns from the coaching staff, I do like the potential of a Spencer Rattler potentially down the road. You can get him late in your drafts, and he could be an absolute steal of the class when it comes to quarterbacks. I'm still rooting for you, Spencer, man. Keep going. Keep grinding. I do like it. Jordan Travis, number 8. And this is only, okay, a lot of people are not a Jordan Travis guy, and he did break his leg. It was a gruesome injury. He's on the road to recovery. Landing with the New York Jets is not the worst spot at all for this man. He can learn from an Aaron Rodgers, something like Jordan Love did. This is all beneficial. He's just got to grow in the right aspects of his game. Can he ever be an NFL starting caliber quarterback? Highly debatable and maybe unlikely. I do like Travis to a degree. Am I, gaga over his game? No, not at all. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, but I do like the fact that he did land here where he can learn from a guy like an Aaron Rodgers, and it will only promote his career. I do like that quite a bit, so I got him here at number 8 as this quarterback class does dwindle on after a Spencer Rattler. Michael Pratt, number 9, Green Bay Packers. Okay, Packs go and draft a quarterback like Michael Pratt to back up at Jordan Love. Okay, I understand. They like him. He's very coachable. He's got, great mobility. Arm talent isn't necessarily there. He's got a lot of touch on the ball. I do like that. So there is things to work with a Pratt. Is he ever going to be the top-end guy that can be, carving up teams down the field? Probably not. He's a, mid-range, 25, 30 yards down the field with a lot of touch, with some accuracy and very sound mobility is what you're getting from Michael Pratt. And then Joe Milton, number 10. I don't understand what these New England Patriots are doing. Why did you draft a Joe Milton when you have a Drake May? So this, you're promoting competition. I understand that, but they got 2 cannon of an arm quarterbacks. Drake's arm talent is elite, and Joe Milton has the biggest bomb in this class without question. Potentially they're hedge betting if something does happen to Drake May. If they say, what the hell, we could draft 2 quarterbacks and still be right. Joe Milton is one of these guys, could be trade bait later on if he does showcase that arm talent, because a lot of teams will be wanting that arm on their team. There is no question. Tight end time, top 10. Brock Bowers, number one. Is there really anything we can say at this point other than generational talent? And very interesting that the Raiders chose him. He was the best player on the board. You could not, pass him up at that point. Now you can switch your offense to be more 12-man personnel, double tight end sets with a Michael Mayer. This is going to be very good for the run game. Zamir White, wink, wink. He's going to be a massive sleeper in running back rooms, no question. Brock Bowers, absolutely generational talent. Gardner Minshew should have no issues finding this man on the field, and he could have a very sound rookie season. No question about it. Jatavion Sanders, one of my favorites coming out of this draft class. When you throw on the film, you see the speed, you see the electric playmaking ability, you see how stout that frame is. He's a bulldozer. He's not afraid over the middle. Hands are very good. I like a Sanders quite a bit, and we'll see how it does go in Carolina. Added mouths to feed like a Leggett, like I was saying. Here's another one you got to deal with when it comes to somebody like Leggett when you're drafting him at the wide receiver spot. Sanders is one of these guys. I really love his game, and I think that he could absolutely be, very much promoted in the speed over the middle, mismatch against slower safeties and linebackers. Very good potential for a Sanders. Ben Sinnott for these Washington Commanders. Man, did the Commies have a damn good draft. There is no question what they were able to do. Sinnott, a former fullback convert to a tight end. Hands are very good. Athletic ability is somewhat there. He does hurdle over guys, and he is very physical. Do like his game a lot. Will he see the field in year one? That's the question mark that I do have, but the potential on the rise for a Ben Sinnott definitely is here without question. Theo Johnson, number 4. New York Giants with the news that Darren Waller is announcing his retirement from the NFL. He's just not in it anymore. They had to replace. So Theo Johnson is one of these guys that we can absolutely look to for potential upside, especially with the system, with the scheme. Hopefully Daniel Jones does come back on the field, and we will see how it does go. Will the Giants eventually draft another quarterback? Very highly potentially they will. Theo Johnson is one of these guys. I'm not necessarily over the moon with either. I mean, as we get down, this tight end class wasn't necessarily abundant with top-end talent anyway. Theo Johnson's got some skills, got some abilities, but I don't know if I'm selling the farm for him at this point. Definitely a flyer. Throw him on your taxi squad and hope for the best. Same with, likewise, with Cade Stover. He's kind of like that, Dalton Schultz type of tight end as well. He can block. He can get down the field. He's got some red zone appeal. He can make it, convert third downs for you. I do like his game. I think there's a lot of talent here. Is there a lot to suggest that he could be a, great starter after year 2? Probably not. And I mean, with all the mouths to feed in Houston, you're basically hoping for a Dalton Schultz injury as much as we don't hope for injuries for Cade Stover to at least see the field. They still got Brevin Jordan. They got other tight ends in this room. So it's going to be tough sledding for a Stover to get on the field, but I do like his blocking ability as well. He can absolutely stay on the field that way, get you in the play action pass, hopefully get some red zone appeal as well. Number 6 to number 10 is all a crapshoot. I will not lie to y'all. If you take any of these guys, you're taking absolute flyers on them, hoping for the best that things are going to go. Jaheim Bell with these New England Patriots, he's more of a big wide receiver, smaller tight end than he is anything else. He's got some abilities. You're going to have to scheme him up. We've even seen him do some jet sweeps in respect as well. So if he is schemed up in a sense where he's kind of the alpha slot tight end, then he may succeed. But I mean, definitely caution a Bell as well. He's very much undersized for the tight end position. Jared Wiley for the Kansas City Chiefs. Eventually, we're going to see somebody replace a Travis Kelce. So why not understand what we got in a Jared Wiley? Yes, they got other wide receiver or tight ends, in the room as well. Wiley's got some good potential. He's got good hands, got some good playmaking ability. But again, it is a huge wait and see years down the road, man. Eric All, Cincinnati Bengals, and I'll also say that with Tanner McLeishlin. I probably butchered his name as well. I'm not even going to try. Okay, I'm terrible at names at the beginning, and then I'll figure it out. But I mean, you got 2 Cincinnati Bengal rookie tight ends. Yes, you got Mike Gesicki here as well. So we will see. This is developmental process for the Cincinnati Bengals. Pick your poison. We've seen some people, comping a Tanner to somebody like a Zach Ertz. He has got athletic ability for days. There is no question about that. He can absolutely elevate. He can hurdle guys. Spin moves are good. Open field yak is nice. Where Eric All is one of these guys, dealt with some injuries, had to make, his name renowned as he is a good talent, sure-handed, and he can play and block on the field as well. Do like his game. And the high riser is the A.J. Barner going to Seattle. Again, all of these guys are subject to playing time, to growing, to progression, and you will have to wait on all their services. There is no question. Barner's an interesting one. Started picking up steam with the Wolverines. We'll see how it does go, but for my liking, if you're talking about tight ends early on, it is Brock Bowers, and then it's everybody else. Even though Sanders and Sinnett do poise a lot of good upside, you can likely snag them in the late third to fourth and beyond that in your rookie drafts for Dynasty. But I do like some of these guys in this class. There is potential, but it definitely comes with a lot of risk. But there you go. That is quarterbacks and tight end rankings post-NFL draft. You got to love it, man. Rookie Dynasty drafts will be kicking off in May. There is no question. You love that as well. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. Anything you want to talk about, throw them in the comments. You disagree with the ranks, throw it in the comments. We can have a nice, healthy debate, but we'll see you next time. I am out.